Hey Financial Lit, this is the lesson that I taught in class on September 24th and 25th. I'm going to go ahead and cover it. They are doing construction outside the high school. They're adding the wing to our building, so you will hear that throughout, and I'm sorry. All right, we are going to start with this example. So we learned this the other day, where we are going to use that simple interest formula, and now we're just going to kind of rearrange and we're going to solve for different parts. So this question is saying how much principal must be deposited to earn $1,000 simple interest in 2 years at a rate of 1.3%, and we need to round to the nearest cent, because again, in financial literature, we're always going to round to the nearest penny. So the first thing we want to do is we want to isolate. So we're going to do something that we probably haven't done. We might have done it in Algebra 2, we may have done it in Algebra 1, but it's called a literal equation. So we're going to take this one and we're going to make it so that we're finding the principal. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is all multiplication. So to get that p, that principal by itself, I'm going to divide by RT. Oops, I'm going to write that in pink. And if I do that on one side, I must do it to the other side. And then I have just p, because r over r is 1 and t over t is 1. Oh, I'm writing it in different colors. Dang it. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I can rewrite this as p, my principal, is equal to my interest over, sorry, I didn't mean to tilt that, over my rate times my time. Okay, so now we're just going to start plugging things in. So the original problem, so we are looking for, my I is this $1,000. So I'm going to do 1,000. Okay, and that needs to be divided, so that's my interest, by my rate. So my rate is equal to 1.3% divided by 100, which is 0.013. So I'm going to put this in parentheses so I know that it is just multiplication, times my time, t equals 2, and might as well write what my I is, equal to 1,000 times 2. Okay, so we're going to do that, but let me go show you how you can write this in Desmos. So now I'm in Desmos, and I'm going to just type that exact equation in my calculator. So 1,000 divided, I used my question mark key, divided by, and I'm going to type it the exact same way I see it, 0.013 times 2. And I get 38,461, so my answer is going to be, principal is P, so my principal is $38,461.54. And the reason why I did 54 cents is because right here, do you see that 8? That 8 tells me that I need to round up the number next to it. So now I have the principal. All right, so let's go to the next slide. All right, so we're going to do this one more time. I would like everyone to try this one on their own. So how much principal must be deposited in a 2-year simple interest account that pays 1.75% interest to earn $300? Okay, so I have my principal equation set up. Now I just need to plug things in. So my interest, my I, is equal to 300. My rate is equal to 1.75 divided by 100, which is 0.0175. And my time is 2 years. Deposited in a 2-year is 2. All right, so now we just have to plug everything in and solve. So go ahead and do that. Okay, so now I have that all plugged in. I ended up with this as my principal. All right, so now we're going to do this some more. Derek has a bank account that pays 2.1% simple interest, so we're going to still use that simple interest. The balance is $910. When will the account grow to $1,000? So the first thing we need to figure out is what is the interest that we need to earn. So I'm going to take, I'm going to take 1,000. So it's interest. I'm going to take 1,000. I'm going to subtract what I have now, which is 910, and I'm going to get 90. And that's what I'm looking for, is $90 in interest. All right, and then I'm going to I need to figure out how long it's going to be. So again, I'm going to make that literal equation. So go ahead and try it. I equals capital P RT, capital I equals capital P RT, and solve for T. Okay, so if this is what we have, I equals PRT, I need to get that T by itself. Well, I'm going to divide both sides by PR, and I end up with T is equal to I over PR. So now I'm going to use that. So what do I know? I know what I want to earn. So my interest is equal to 90, because I figured that out right there. My rate is 2.1 divided by 100, which is equal to 0.021. I don't know my time, but I know my principal, and my principal is 1,000, because that's what it's going to be. Okay, so since I had that all set up in my paper, I went ahead and plugged it into Desmos, and I got 4.28. Well, I'm going to round that to about 4.3. It's going to be about 4.3 years. But it is asking how many months will it take. So I am going to take that number, and I'm just going to do the 4.3 because I'm going to round to the nearest tenth. And I'm going to multiply that by how many months are in a year, right? Because if there were 2 years, it'd be 24 months, which is 2 times 2. So then I get 5.6, and that is roughly 52 months. So there you go. All right, now we're going to try to solve for our rate. So Carrie invests $5,000 in a simple interest account for 5 years. What is that interest rate? What interest rate must the account pay so that there is $6,000 at the end of 5 years? So we have to start with a few things. Okay, so if we were to solve for rate, we would do it the exact same way we were doing it before. So R equals my interest that I want to earn over my principal, or what I'm going to use, times my time. And that's a P, it's a capital P. Okay, so it's PT. So now we need to plug things in. Well, the first thing is what interest do I want to earn? If I invest $5,000 and I want 6, how much interest am I trying to earn? Well, that's 5,000 interest. So I want 5,000 or 6,000 minus 5,000, which gives me 1,000. So I'm going to have 1,000 over my P, which was my original amount, which was 5,000. Then I'm going to multiply that by my time, which is 5 years. And then I'm going to get an answer. And I get roughly, let's plug that into Desmos and let's find out. So I get roughly about 0.04, but that isn't a percent. That's the decimal. That's the conversion that it's converted to what we've been putting it in the conversion. So what I'm going to do, because that's not a percent, is I'm going to take 0.04 and I'm going to multiply it by 100. And that's going to give me my percent. So then I end up with about, or roughly, 4%. Or exactly, actually, it's not roughly, it's exactly 4%. Sometimes it can be an approximation, but this time it is not. So if we go back to this, I was showing you my paper. So I had to multiply that by 100, and I got 4%. All right, so this is the last example. I would like you all to try it on your own, and I will write. Okay, so $50 is what I wanted to earn in interest, so I plug that in at the top. Then $500 is what I originally deposited, so I have that where the principal would be. And then the years are 2.5, because it's 2.5 years. And then I set that, and it was equal to 0.04. I need it to be a percent, so I multiplied by 100, and I got 4%. All right, so now you should be able to do the assignment that I am posting today and tomorrow. You will see it if you're in class in person, then you would have gotten a paper copy. If you are a virtual class, then it is on Google Classroom. Thank you so much.